Hey everyone, welcome back. Before we begin, if you are new here, I usually bring you fun creative projects and tips to hopefully inspire your artistic journey. But today's video is a little bit different. I want to share what's been happening on the personal side a little bit. I'm giving you a peek behind the curtains of my life. The reasons why there's no art video this month. So strap in and let's dive in. I'm gonna have this recording play out in the background. This is a study I was doing of Fallout at the time this whole thing started. I'm finishing it now. It gives you an idea of how long I've been out of commission. The Fallout series was just out at the time of these events. Now, it's been a while since it came out and I'm just getting back to it to finish it. So, where have I been since my last upload? Well, it's been quite the adventure, and not the fun kind. As many of my Twitch followers know, I've been dealing with anxiety since 2017, and it's something I manage with medication. It's really no big deal. Anxiety often brings along a lovely friend called light sleep, where your body is constantly on high alert, thinking it needs to protect you from the threats around you while you sleep. And this means I'm usually only operating at about 67% efficiently in terms of sleep. Basically, I need 10 hours in bed to get around 6.7 hours of sleep. And only one of those hours is deep sleep. Fun, right? In an ideal world, I would lay in bed for 8 hours and get 8 hours of sleep, and 25% of those would be deep sleep, which is roughly 2 hours. But that never happens. And before you say some people don't need 8 hours of sleep, I'm here to tell you I am not one of those people. I've always needed 8 hours of sleep to function well the next day. So if you notice me disappearing from live streams or being a little bit flaky with uploads, now you know why. A few nights of poor sleep in a row can destroy my energy levels for a whole week. So anyways, the story. Back in April, I was feeling extra anxious, and while I usually got some sleep, it was always lacking. I'm told parents of newborn babies can relate to that statement. So I was thinking, can I do something to really get enough sleep every day? Last month, I decided enough was enough. I talked to my therapist about changing my medication to hopefully fix my sleep issues once and for all. This is where the roller coaster started. I was taking clonazepam at the time. My therapist said I should not have been on that in the first place, that there's better medication out there for anxiety. We set off to try a new one to see if it went better. He halved my clonazepam dose and introduced a new one the next day. This new one being venlafaxine. I don't know how to pronounce any of these names, so I apologize in advance. Well, surprise, surprise, it turns out that I was allergic to that new one. So that earned me a free trip to the emergency room. The good old ER. I even took a selfie while waiting at the ER. What else are you gonna do when you're feeling like you're about to die? But you gotta wait in line because other people are also about to die. The doctor there thought I was having withdrawal symptoms. I've been with clonazepam for more than 5 years on and off. Started taking it many times, stopped taking it many times on my own, and this had never happened. I tried to explain that it had to be the new medication, but she wasn't convinced. My blood pressure was through the roof, 138 over 108, which is clearly stage 2 hypertension, not normal at all. But she dismissed it because my BPMs were fine at 86, and I was sent home with no medication and no treatment. I spent the rest of the week recovering. I felt terrible. I was nauseous the entire time, and still not sleeping well after feeling pretty awful. And obviously, throughout this entire week, I did not sleep well at all. Week 2 rolls around, and I get a call from my psychologist. She agrees with the emergency room doctor. Withdrawal symptoms. Again, I disagree. I've used this medication on and off for years without issues, and just so happens that when I take a new medication, something bad happens. We went back and forth on this a little bit, but no one changed opinions. She scheduled another appointment with my therapist. Meanwhile, I'm reducing my clonazepam dosage on my own, slowly and steady. Still not sleeping well and feeling even worse. By week 3, I finally talked to my therapist. He apologized for the mess and prescribed a different medication. So at the time, I'm feeling pretty hopeful about this, but after a few days, I'm back to feeling nauseous and lightheaded. At this point, I haven't slept well for 3 weeks, and I can't tell if it's the lack of sleep or the new meds causing these symptoms. So I decided to stop all medication before bed except melatonin and water. I need a clean slate to properly gauge any new medication's side effects. Right now, I'm feeling nauseous and dizzy and lightheaded, and I don't know if that's because I haven't slept well or because I'm taking new medication. This entire time, I'm sleeping just a couple of hours a night, and I'm having to compensate during the day with naps here and there. Week number 4, I've been assigned another medication, and this time specifically for sleep. It's actually an antidepressant, but it's also known to help with sleep as well. But you know what? At this point, I was so tired of all of this that I didn't take it. So many problems and inconveniences came because I wanted a new medication that it just made me want to get away from it all. As of today, I'm not on anything, and I'm stabilizing my sleep schedule again. Now, I'm not saying that it's good to not take medications when I have a condition like anxiety, but right now, I think it's the best thing to do. I'm somewhat resentful at all the problems that came from being dependent on medication. I'll be alright on my own for a short time before I decide to go back to any medication.
Don't worry, I'll be fine, but I still can't climb the mountains of my mind.
I've been messing with meditation lately after hearing so many people talk great things about it. Jerry Seinfeld is one that is always gushing about transcendental meditation all the time. I'm checking it out, but once you start looking into it, you realize how gatekeepy that whole community is. Like they have these big celebrities endorsing it.
Do you meditate?
I tell you, I enjoy doing it, and it provides me with great energy.
For me, it gives me a greater sense of focus and clarity. Actually, I brought meditation to my whole company just before I ended, like in 2010.
Meditation, transcendental meditation, that really clears my mind, just being able to switch off.
I find that 5 to 10 minutes of meditation is very, very helpful for avoiding anxiety.
The strength of TM for me is how effective it is.
At that time, I took on meditation.
When do you meditate?
20 minutes a day in the morning and at night.
I'm a way different person from when I began meditation.
It's like a kickstart for your day. It just centers you. And
years ago, when I was doing any compliment, I learned how to meditate, and it's been very valuable.
And I love meditation. What does it bring to your life? Well, I'm kind of high-strung, so it's easy to get anxious, but it really just calms you down. It helps you find that peaceful place inside yourself.
And I did 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, and I would say within 14 days, 3 weeks, I got to the point where I really could disconnect my mind.
Meditation is an incredible way of just sort of centering myself and calming myself, and for me, I felt much less panicked and anxious and calm about things.
So everyone in my life meditates. I am a big proponent of meditation, and for radio, I feel it added tremendous creativity.
The amount of restoration that comes to you, the benefit across your life, it has changed everything.
So the last few years I've been practicing meditation, trying, and it's difficult to describe the effect it's had on my life. I can only mention maybe a few words: calm.
to me, it's the most rest. It's like the most power nap you could ever get.
Yeah. So I want to talk to you about TM, which I have now been doing 41 years.
I've been practicing for 40 months. It's really, really beautiful. I've found that there is an ever-present sanctuary within me, and presumably if it's within me and with the other people who you'll hear talking later, it's within us all.
It is the only time I have that stillness. It's the only way I've ever been able to sit.
I'm a great supporter of transcendental meditation. I've been using it for...
I've been meditating for over 2 years. I was excited to meet kids who meditated.
It's a lifelong gift. It's something that you can call on at any time.
TM brought peace and calm into my life, and most of all, a great community, which brings love and support.
I've been practicing transcendental meditation, or TM, for nearly 3 years. About 6 months ago, I decided to offer the technique to everyone on my team at the Dr. Oz Show.
And then when you start looking into it, you get funneled into paying a ton of money to a coach so they can give you a mantra, which is basically a noise that you can repeat in your head while meditating. Strange, a little bit strange, not gonna lie. Anyways, I'm trying these mantras that I found on the web, and I'll keep you posted. I know that Sam Harris has this Waking Up app. I've tried it before about 4 years ago. He's really good at teaching this stuff. I guess it didn't work for me back then because I stopped doing it. Meditation is one of those things where you see the results after a long time practicing it. I'm talking about 40 to 60 days of practice. So that one is on me. I stopped doing it and I didn't see the results, but I guess I should try again. Maybe it's time to check out the app again. If you have any experience with TM or any type of meditation, let me know. Write down below any information that can help me understand this a little bit better. But that's my current state. That's my journey so far for the past month. It's been a little bit of a rough ride, but I'm optimistic about finding a solution soon. Thank you all for the patience and understanding. Your support means a lot, especially during times like this. I'll be back with more creative content as soon as I can. In the meantime, take care of yourselves and remember to prioritize your health and well-being. My socials are down below, and thanks for watching.